welcome to The Villain Was Right, the podcast where we look at movies and TV shows from the villain's perspective and dare to ask, were they really all that bad? I'm your host, Craig Fay.
And I'm your host, Rebecca Reeves.
And this week, it's kind of romantic movie month, I guess.
Hey, this is romantic.
This is romantic.
This is very romantic.
I'm just saying not all of the movies we're doing this month are necessarily romantic.
Fair enough.
Fatal Attraction.
Depends on whose perspective you're looking at.
This is the romantic part. The
Yes.
other movies will be the kind of part.
Kind of part, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Split them up.
So this week we are doing the very romantic fairy tale, Ever After, Drew Barrymore's Cinderella, the true story of Cinderella, as it's phrased.
I forgot how much I love this movie.
It's pretty good.
It's
I'm
good.
Not
It's a good
gonna lie.
movie.
Yeah.
It's fun. I used to watch it a lot, and for whatever reason, I just stopped at a moment.
Yeah.
I don't think I've watched this movie in probably over a decade.
Yeah.
And you know what? It holds up. It's good.
Some good little humor.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy problematic in there.
Yeah, maybe one or two spots,
but like for a movie set in the 1500s from the 90s, we could have done a lot worse.
Yeah, certainly.
But yeah, and it was fun, and it's like, oh man, Drew Barrymore kind of in her.
She's so charming.
I won't say prime, but like she had a good run there in the late 90s.
Oh,
with,
absolutely.
Where she was cranking out some classics.
She was cranking out classics, absolutely.
And I would consider this kind of one of them.
I think so too. I think it holds up. I think it's fun.
Yep.
You just don't look at it too seriously. You're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, it's a fairy tale movie. All the same. Yeah. I enjoyed watching it. And guys, if you have not seen Ever After, it is the Cinderella story.
Yeah.
With a few little tweaks here and there. So basically, we start with the framing device of this is like a couple generations later, and the Queen of France has called the brothers Grimm to her castle to be like, you got the story of Cinderella wrong. This is how it actually happened. This was like, I think my grandmother, she said. Yeah. And like, this is how it really happened. And so that's kind of where the story actually begins. And, same sort of thing. Drew Barrymore, she's the daughter of a guy. He marries the evil stepmother. It's Angelica Houston.
Yeah.
And she's got two daughters. And the guy dies almost immediately, leaving poor little Drew Barrymore. I guess her name's Danielle.
I guess.
I guess her name's
It's
Danielle.
true.
In the thing. It's like, but it's also like that's Cinderella.
Absolutely. Yes. Also that.
That's the evil stepmother. These are the quote unquote ugly stepsisters. So leaving sort of Rodmilla, who's Angelica Houston, in charge of like the farm and also three young girls. And we kind of jump ahead like 8 years, and they're like teenagers now. And the prince is trying to get married, or is destined to marry this woman from Spain to like solidify some contract or truce or treaty. And he's like running away because he doesn't want to be part of it. Drew Barrymore fucking pelts him in the head with some apples for trying to steal their horse. And he gives her some gold. She goes and buys a servant back that her stepmother had sold into slavery, kind of. Then like shows up dressed as like royalty to like buy him back, tells off the prince who does not recognize her from before. And he's like, what an intriguing woman who calls me arrogant and stands up for me. And they kind of have their dalliances, like running into each other. And she's trying to hide her identity because she's just a servant. And her stepmother's being really mean to her. Kind of, we'll get into that. But is also trying to put her oldest daughter, Marguerite, basically trying to like insert her so gets married to the prince, and is like buying brooches, but we find she's been like selling off all the like the stuff from the house because like the farm is failing, and like selling it to this other guy
and blaming everybody else,
selling it to this like creepo dude Pierre Lepew, who has like eyes for Cinderella,
for Danielle,
and is basically just trying to position her eldest daughter to marry the prince, and it kind of works for a bit, but then he ends up falling. He discovers that she is just but a servant. There's a bit of fallout there. Oh, they go to a ball. There's a glass slipper. That actually doesn't play that much into this movie.
Oh no, it doesn't. It's not like I must go find.
He knows who she is.
Yeah.
And an improvement on the regular Cinderella story.
I absolutely agree.
They actually spend time together and like seem like they might like each other.
Well, yeah, and he doesn't need a shoe to go, hey, that's the lady I've been hanging out with all night. Okay, I would also argue that.
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci's in this.
So funny.
Which is actually somehow historically accurate. I was like gonna rag on it, but it's good.
And also, I believe inserted to have like a more progressive viewpoint throughout the film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you realize like he's kind of the fairy godmother in this like story.
I like that.
Yeah, it's great. Anyway,
Gives her wings.
at some point, the stepmother gives away or gives Marguerite the dress that Danielle's mother had left for her dowry, and is like, no, they're going to wear this to impress the prince, and like there's a big blow up and everything, and
socks her.
socks her, and it's like very violent. And then she gets sold to the Pierre Leplu guy in exchange for all the stuff that she'd sold him back.
Yeah.
Danielle like pretty much stabs him and runs away. She marries the prince, and they end up selling or like putting her stepmother and her eldest stepsister basically to work themselves to death for the rest of their lives, dyeing clothes.
Yeah, pretty much. Roll credits.
Roll credits, and they lived happily ever after. Did I miss any like key?
No, that's pretty much
Cinderella story.
We're gonna get into anything that wasn't covered in that. That's it.
So obviously, two main villains for me here: evil stepmother,
of course,
and Pierre Leplu.
Yeah. I would also argue the guy that's telling the evil stepmother all the info, like feeding her all the info.
The little footman that she's paying off to. Yep.
The father to some extent.
Ooh. Okay. The stepsister's true. I'm interested. The father, you say?
Oh no! Sorry, the prince's father.
Oh, the king. I should have
just said the king.
I mean,
the
Rebecca,
father that was more in the film.
Yeah, I was like, it's not his fault. He dropped dead.
No, that would be a crazy take. That would be fucking crazy.
I simply wouldn't die a week after marrying a woman.
That's his bad dad.
Bad dad. Yeah. Oh, you
Unit.
died and left your daughter to
crazy.
be taken.
How dare you?
How dare you?
No, that was not what I was saying at all. Yeah.
I simply wouldn't die of a heart attack in 1500s.
I just wouldn't do that.
No.
I wouldn't dare do that.
Parenting tip number 1. Don't die.
Don't die.
So you think the king?
Yes.
Let's start with him because he's pretty minor.
He's minor, but so there's this idea that it's like, oh, he's forcing the prince's hand and like forcing this marriage along, not about love. I would just say that's kind of the standard. He's like, you have to grow up.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be the king, you gotta grow up. You're gonna be taking care of all these people to a certain extent, and hopefully do a better job than I've been doing, because it seems like some things have gone awry here. So yeah, I would say him to a certain extent, but I agree with him in the stance of like, yeah, this guy did need to grow up.
Yeah,
like,
you will be king.
You will be king, and you have it. It makes me so mad when I watch movies with royalty where they're like, I don't get to do everything I want. And I'm like, people are dying in the streets.
Yes.
Okay, people don't have bread, dude. Okay, you gotta get your shit together. Okay, you are arguing at the top of shit mountain going, why is life so bad? It's like you're standing on everybody's fucking head, dude.
I know.
Okay,
I can't get married for love. It's like, oh, man.
People are dying.
You are literally the only one in your country that can do pretty much whatever
he
they
wants.
Want. Yeah.
Every woman's like, here's my tits. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Okay, your life is fine. Okay, you're playing some sort of tennis squash. Okay, just allow you're living your best life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. It's such a hard thing to watch. Although I will say the scene with the Spanish is so fucking funny.
It's so good when it's so like, funny. Okay, we are gonna get married, and she's crying the whole time. Does not want to marry this guy.
And the guy's like, yeah, we're not doing this, right?
We both feel the same.
Yes.
None of us want this. And like I said this as I watched it, as like, So the reason they're marrying is to like cement this treaty between Spain and France at the time. And I just as soon as I saw it, I was like, man, I can think of no better basis for an international treaty than both our kids don't want to get married. Both our petulant little kids are like, have it in their head. Like, I would be going to those, like the king and queen of Spain, the king and queen of France are getting together after that and being like, let's just be friends anyway.
We're good, right?
We're good, right?
We're good, right? Same result. Same,
right?
Yeah.
Our houses are, I mean, that's more of a bond than anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, yes, and
Let's
everything
get some
resulted
French wine,
well there.
a little tapas. Let's all just bitch about our
so funny.
Arrogant little kids who've been given everything and still don't want to do the one thing that we've asked of them their entire lives.
Although, to be fair, pretty tall order.
Getting married?
To be fair, pretty tall order to these people.
And for the princess of Spain to move to a country where she doesn't speak the language and doesn't know anybody.
What a horror show.
Yeah.
Okay, he was definitely getting the much better deal on that end. And he was still like, we can't. This woman's...
come on.
Come on, look at her.
But in the king's defense, one, that is how they did everything.
Yes.
Two, I do think he's pretty flexible. He's like, listen, man, if you can find somebody you do want to marry before midnight of this ball or whatever.
Which is so funny because it's so arbitrary. It's like, you have 5 days. Just lock it in.
I agree it feels like an arbitrary deadline, but when you've given him years to like sort his shit out, it's like, listen.
But fortnight is right there.
True.
It's right there and it sounds classy.
Yeah, in a fortnight.
I think that's better. Okay. But what I will say is before we even get to the stepmother, all this stuff, I genuinely believe watching this movie, again, don't look at it too closely. Okay. But I watched this movie and I went, don't marry that guy.
Yeah, the prince?
Don't marry the prince.
Why?
Well,
what were the red flags?
What were the red flags? First of all, the idea that she has to teach him every lesson he needs to learn.
True.
Okay, that's super. He's a real fixer-upper. Okay, this movie is for people that look at their partner and go, they'll change one day. No, they won't. Okay, they'll change for 5 minutes. Most of the time. Okay, some people do change. I will say that. Okay. Yeah. I watching him, I was like, she saves. I do like, just as far as a narrative standpoint, I love that she's the one saving him all the time.
Oh yeah, you can.
I love that he shows up to save her, and she's like, no, bitch, I saved myself. Yes. I'm leaving. Okay, I'm out. All right.
I'm literally walking out of the castle a free woman as you show up to save me.
I don't fucking need your ass.
Also, the scene of like where they get attacked by bandits and they're like, you can leave with anything you can carry. And she picks him up.
Classic scene. That's my one of my favorite scenes. Yeah. It's awesome. It makes me so happy.
Sorry, do not take this the wrong way, but so many times in this movie, I was like, this girl's got strong Rebecca energy.
Yes! Why would I take that wrong? That is so awesome.
But like the scene when they're a kid and they're like trying to get her in a dress and her friend Gustav or whatever shows up and is like, hey, fuck you. And she's like, no, fuck you. Yeah. They're kids. They don't sit down. And then she chases him and throws him in mud and then shows up to her stepmother like all covered in mud. I was like, oh, that feels like a Rebecca Reese. Like, I don't want to wear a dress. I'm going to go wrestle in the mud with the boys.
Buddy, I can't tell you. Okay, so just to describe to you how accurate that is to me, I swear to God, I've started, New Year, whatever, started working out again. My fitness goals are not weight-based. They are not even, my goals are so specific. My goals in the gym are, I want to be able to squat a man. That's my goal. I want to be able to pick up a man and squat him to show my dominance. Okay, these are my fitness goals.
Yes.
Okay, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what I'm gunning towards.
You're built for farm work.
Exactly. I'm not like, ooh, this is how I want my body to be composed. I'm like, I want to lift a human being. Okay, and I want that human being to be a man. Okay.
If the ox dies in the middle of the field, you got to get the plow back somehow.
That's right. And you get me on the horn.
You get.
These are my fitness goals. Okay.
And honestly, like and we're joking here, but farm strong is like that is a hot strong.
Thank you.
Right?
These are
men and women.
Yes.
Right? It's that I remember coming to university and like the kids who were there from a farm were in such good shape and like attractive in a way that like I hadn't really considered before. Because they were like, oh no, this is all like practical muscle. It's not for show. Yeah. It's like,
no, I can fucking lift hay bales, man.
Yeah, I can lift a hay bale. Exactly. Yeah. So all that good.
Yeah. So that scene really I was like, that's goals. That's the goal. Yep. Okay, that's what I want to be able to do is just pick up a man.
Just picturing you with like a giant sack of something.
Yes.
Like man-sized sack of something labeled Prince Charming. And you're just like hauling it.
Yeah, dude, I go to a wrestling gym. You don't think there's a man around here?
I love that.
They're
That's
everywhere.
Fantastic.
So yes, that is absolutely one of my favorite scenes. So to the stepmother.
Yes.
To the what her name is Rod Milla.
Rod Milla, yeah. Angelica Houston.
I don't know how you couldn't get a more evil sounding name. No. I was like, whoever came up with that, they did the work. Okay, they did a great job on that. Rod Milla, I'd be like, Jesus Christ. I feel like that name comes with thunder.
Yes.
That name comes.
Rod Milla.
It comes with a certain sauce.
Yes,
there we go.
Absolutely.
Mini stroke.
Or Morticia Addams. She's my Morticia Addams. Yeah. You know what I mean?
She has a very distinct face.
Yeah. Angelica Houston, great. Love her.
Oh, she's spectacular.
She's my Addams family.
Yeah, of course.
Before we get too far into it, I think the most important thing to remember is that the framing device of this movie, once again,
I love it,
is the I think granddaughter or great granddaughter.
I think like great or great great granddaughter or something like that
of Danielle.
Yes,
is telling this story.
Right.
So not only do you have a bias in that, like clearly Danielle has told this story, probably exaggerated how cruel things were a little bit, right? Which will come into play a little bit later because I think a lot of the stuff isn't actually that cruel.
Yes.
Number two, this is also like broken telephone over many generations, right?
Right.
And we already know from the framing device of the Brothers Grimm have heard this story.
Right.
It's gotten out into the world and they're like, there's versions with pumpkins and fairy godmothers and all this sort of thing. So it has spread and already become more wild, right?
Right.
So we're far enough into the future where we can't really tell for sure. I'm just going to start with that.
I like that. Yay, great.
Right?
Yes, absolutely. The other thing I'm going to say for Rod, she absolutely did love the father.
Yep.
Absolutely love the father. There was no question about that to me. I would say generally, I think she doesn't like the daughter because she reminds her. It's one of those situations where it's like, oh, I look at you and I see him and I'm sad. I would say that could be a thing here. I would also agree that, especially in these times where, again, there's just death everywhere. Survival. Of course you want to put your daughter front and center.
Yeah. 100%. Like just at the get. What a raw deal she gets. Okay.
Yeah.
So the kids are what? Like about, what'd you say, like 8 years old?
I think so, yeah, sure.
Like around that at the start of this? Which means that at the start of this movie, she has lost 2 husbands within a span of about 8 years.
Right.
right? Because obviously, her daughters
In this version, there's no implication she did anything. It's
No,
not like
he
she's
just-
like poisoned this man or anything. He dies of what looks like because his hands messed up, right? So it's like, oh yeah, this is clearly like a heart attack.
Yeah.
And she is obviously very upset.
She comes running, and there's this little scene too where she seems upset that he says to Danielle, I love you instead of her.
Right.
And that kind of is supposed to set up like,
Oh, she's mad.
I'm mad at you for doing this. But what a raw deal. So this woman has lost 2 husbands in an 8-year time frame, right? She is now in charge of an estate that she has absolutely no training or education or background in running, right? This is a farm. She has now in charge of a 3rd daughter that she has met for maybe 24 hours, right? Like, I'm not saying that's, a reason to treat somebody badly.
Of course.
But, like, being saddled with somebody else's kid because you married them and then...
Saddled!
No! Right? Like honest, like just be like, oh, by the way, you have to take care of this other girl that you just met and have, because you had a brief relationship with the father. Like, honestly, if that situation happened now, like a couple gets together, you've got 2 daughters, he had 1 daughter, and the father dies within the week, she's going to go live with grandparents. You know what I mean?
Well, okay. My only pushback on that is if this time you get the house, it's like, yeah, I mean, certain responsibilities have to come with this house.
Sure, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Take care of her.
Take care of her and take care of her little. Anyway, but you're right. Narratively, she is the one that's talking about this. Like, she was the one that passed down the story.
Yeah.
They get thrown. I just love that the framework of them getting thrown into this laundry room or this room where they're dying and making clothes is just that they lied.
And
it's such a crazy thing to be like, yeah, they just lied about her being engaged so that, her daughter would have a better chance. And
here's the thing. I was watching this movie pretty closely because we take note.
Yeah.
That seemed good. It's like, is it true that you lied to the queen? And I was like, when did she lie?
Well, so she lied about the engagement. And I would also say, and I don't know I doubt they know about this, but she did lie about, giving the necklace back, like just finding it in the street.
Oh, true.
They did lie about that, but I don't think they know about that.
Yeah, and honestly...
Because it seemed like that dude would never betray Rod Miller.
Rod Miller! But here's the crazy thing about that. If we're going to say, like, lying to royalty is an offense that is, like, you lose your title, you're gone, they were going to exile them to North America.
Yes.
Which at the time meant probably either Louisiana, fingers crossed, or Quebec. Wah, wah.
No.
Sorry.
We love Montreal.
Oh, we love Montreal. It's just that we're in Canada right now in a polar vortex. It's cold as
it's
fucking
cold as
shit.
fucking balls, man.
It's so fucking cold and miserable here. I'm just like, I hope they got sent to Louisiana, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
What was I saying before? Oh, yeah. If that's the price you pay for lying... Danielle was lying to the royalty all the time. She was like, I am this person. She gave a name. She said, I'm staying with my cousin. She was impersonating somebody else. Like, the fact that, I guess it is still a lie, but creating more of a backstory for somebody else's character that they made up.
Yes.
I guess that's still a lie, but that's like a secondary lie. You know what I mean? Like, if I was like, oh, Mickey Mouse is married to... Michelle Obama.
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that a lie? Yes, but Mickey Mouse isn't a real person and his relationships are open to interpret it. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. It is very much a weird lie, and I don't think they know about the necklace.
No,
and I will. You know what? I'm going to defend. I believe they title him Royal Page.
Oh, is that his name in this?
Royal Page. I gotta tell you, I too would steal jewelry for Angelica Houston.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I'm like, yes, of course. This man just being down for a little conspiracy here just to get another woman in the room. Who gives a fuck? Absolutely.
Sure.
I see nothing wrong with this man's actions, quite frankly.
No.
If you can do, quite frankly, if you can do anything to get one over on a royal family, I'm down. I'm in. Okay. Absolutely. Get them. This is crazy. You have people, you're shipping off people left, right, and center, and it just takes one woman with a quick conversation to go, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Guys, we gotta get our finger on the pulse a little better here.
Well, and that's the thing about Danielle, right? Is she's reading this book, Utopia by Thomas More. And she's like, there's all these ideals, and is kind of very anti-monarchy, right?
Right.
And is like, you should take care of the people that work your land and support them. Like, you stand on our shoulders, basically.
Yeah.
And is like, you should give all of these people mercy. Like, you should let them all go. You should not exile them to Montreal, where they're gonna, end up, smoking cigarettes and stuff. drinking Labatt 40. I don't know why. I don't know
why. I don't know why it's happening.
I don't know why it's happening. I love you guys. And Montreal is a very fun city. But but like, we can't ship all these people off. And he's like, yeah, you're right. But then she becomes queen and is like, yeah, now fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you to hard labor and I'm going to do this. It's like, she has the ideals, but doesn't follow through on any of them once she gets to power.
You know what I think is a crazy take that this movie has is that Marguerite is somehow superior to Jacqueline.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's crazy, and I'm not and I'm not dismissing what's the actor Megan Dodds. She's a very attractive woman. Yes. I'm not trying to put this woman down, but I'm like, in what world? At least personally, I'm like this.
Oh, Melanie Linsky?
I was like, this woman is absolutely fucking stunning. Okay, a cherub face. Beautiful.
Melanie Linsky is great.
The idea that this movie tries to be like, oh, you're here for the I was like, this is so 90s coded.
Yeah, it is. It's bad.
Oh my God, this woman's 120 to 30 pounds. Look at her. It's like, Jesus Christ.
And that's not great. I will say, in the movie's defense, they did also play her like an idiot, which I was way more into.
Oh,
like,
yes.
she's just the dumb daughter. And like, I think we could have just gone with that. You know what I mean? Like, she's the one.
I didn't even think about her as that dumb, to be honest with you.
No, but
because I was like, this woman has points.
Absolutely. And she ends up being like actually very smart in the end, where she goes like, oh, I'm seeing this, where if Danielle is no longer the lowest tier person that is being made to boil our water and serve us breakfast and whatnot, as soon as she's gone, that's me. And so she's like, fuck this whole mess. I'm siding with Danielle. Yes. And that's what you should do. That is a class class solidarity is what that is. You know what I mean?
But also it's funny to me watching this where I go, you were also complicit and came out with no scratches. Like, you were fine the whole time.
Yep. It's one of those weird things where, like, we liked you enough that you shouldn't get in trouble.
Yes.
But we don't like you enough that you shouldn't get what you want.
It was very interesting.
Yeah. And I guess, and again, she was very funny. Like the brooch thing, where it's like they have this fancy brooch and they put it like right near the cleavage, and like the prince is like, oh, that's a very nice brooch, and then she just takes the feather from her hair and like sticks it in her cleavage. I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great. She's like, oh, a very perceptive lady. And speaking of the brooch,
okay,
I would argue So the movie takes the standpoint of like, look at her, the stepmother,
Yes.
buying an expensive brooch when she's selling off all of this stuff from the house and is presumably in debt, right? I am going to argue that that is a very sane and logical investment
Oh, yeah.
that furthers the only course of action that unfortunately these women have.
That's what I tell myself every time I get a haircut. I'm like, this is an investment.
This is an investment in me. No, and the prince clearly noticed it.
Right.
So, you know, if your only way out of your situation, right, as a woman in this time, is to marry up, right, so climb the social ladder, and we learn later that's what the stepmother has been taught her whole life, and has been fairly successful at it somewhat. Those are the only skills they have. This is the only thing they've ever been taught. That's really the only opportunity for advancement that exists for them right now. And she is very wisely being like, we don't need the candle holders. We don't need this. We don't need that. We need something that's going to catch the prince's eye.
Right.
Because you have a legitimate chance of marrying him, and we're putting all our apples in that basket.
Absolutely. And I think trickery is fine in that, quite frankly.
What is love if not trickery?
Yeah, first 3 months is me just not being myself.
Right.
And being like,
I don't fart.
I'll release the goblin later. I wish my issues were farting.
Right?
What a charming thing to try and hide. No. It runs deeper than that, unfortunately. But no, the older I get, the more I just put my bags on the table. I go,
The mental illness runs deep in this.
Jesus. But yeah, no, I just put everything on the table now. But when I was younger, for sure, I'd be like, no, I'm the chill girl. I'm super chill and cool.
I'm not like other girls.
Fucking put a gun in my mouth.
You know.
Oh my, well, we all make mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
But I will say, okay, I think, in my opinion, one of the biggest problems, honestly, for me, with the scene where it's like, don't wear my dead mother's dress. I was like, I feel that. I really feel that.
Go into it.
Well, just in the sense of like, yeah, I agree. Punch that bitch. Like, I've never been more sympathetic in a scene. And I know we're supposed to be arguing the opposite, but god damn, that's some cold ass shit.
That's some cold ass shit.
shit.
I know a dress that we can wear. I mean, my counterpoint to that is this woman is just using every resource, every dwindling resource at her disposal to improve their lot in life.
Right.
And that includes Danielle.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. Like a lot of the things that this movie, or that in the traditional Cinderella story, is being painted as like she's so badly treated. One, she's dirty all the time. It is established off the get that she is a naturally dirty person. She's jumping in mud. She's doing this. She's doing that. Mm-hmm. She's got, I don't know if this term's still appropriate, but it's pure tomboy energy.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Where she's like, I'm doing the farm work. I'm doing this. And that's how her father raised her, to do this. They say like, right at the beginning, like she wakes up covered in soot. And her sisters are like, did you fall asleep in front of the fire reading again? That's not you have to sleep in the ashes. That's not we don't have a bed for you.
Yeah.
That is you make a habit of reading by firelight and falling asleep in the soot. Like you're just a dirty girl. And I'm not like a sexually dirty.
I never want to hear you say those words together again, Craig. I never want to hear it.
Oh, you are an unshowered individual.
Thank you so much. That really, truly does make me feel so much better.
Right. To the point where even the stepmother goes, she says, you've been with us for so long. What can I do to make you try? What can I, like, my daughter here who washes up, she wears a dress, whatever, and you're showing up to serve us breakfast covered in like pig shit and stuff. What do I need to do to make you want to take care of yourself?
Well, and I think it's established that clearly, not that, your childhood is a good excuse to be shitty later, but it is established very clearly that this woman was abused growing up.
Yeah. You had to wash
your face 20 times a day? You should barely wash your face twice a day.
I was going to defer to you on that.
Okay. So,
what would 20 times do to you?
Oh, I don't have a face anymore. 20 times a day.
That's a lot.
What on earth? Yeah, generally speaking, now mind you, I'm breaking out right now, so maybe I'm not the fucking pinnacle of what we should be doing out here. I wash my face at night, and I rinse my face with water in the morning.
Yeah, I got to get the little...
Period.
Yeah.
That's it, okay? Anything else, it just feels like I'm stripping off layers of shit. It can't be good.
No, 20 times did strike me as, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That would... you'd have to moisturize like crazy.
I don't think they've got that going on that well at this time period. No. Honestly, so at the end, or closer to the end, when Danielle loses the glass slipper and everything, right before that, so there's this, and again, I think this movie does something that very well that I think some movies get wrong, which is the entrance, where I go, oh, that person's outfit or the way they're entering, I don't think everyone in the room's turning around. Okay. Mm-hmm. This entrance, I'm like, no, bitches be turning around.
Well, with the wings and stuff.
All the wings, but also, this is such a negative thought. I was like, why am I like this? She's got the sparkles all over her face. Just gorgeous. Great entrance. Okay. Very cinematic. I go, oh, in that time, whatever you put on your face is giving you cancer. That is lead. That is something bad. There's no way you were putting that shit on your face without dying later because of it. Just such a negative thought.
1,000%. You are absolutely right.
Yeah,
that is like all the white paint is lead.
Yeah.
All the...
yeah.
I don't even want to think about what would sparkle back then.
No, that's some snake venom or something you've just put on your face. There's no way that could be good.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to do shots of something into their eyes. They used to put like drops of stuff in their eyes that make them like dilate so they couldn't see, but it gave them this big like doe eye thing. I think it was like maybe morphine or something.
Jesus Christ. I never heard about that before in my fucking life. Yeah. I knew they were, a lot of people were like painting their face with shit, but I didn't know they were... putting shit in their eyeballs.
I don't know what... maybe it wasn't morphine because that wouldn't have existed back then. But just wild stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like just like, you're like, oh, that's a poison now. Mm-hmm. That's a poison for sure. That's one hell of an entrance, I will say.
Dude, so and back to this guy. He literally, it's your mouth that has hypnotized me. I was like, slow down there. Careful, sir.
But that's in reference to something like cheeky that she said?
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's all right. No.
I don't know. There's an entendre there. I don't know if it's quite double, but... that's the subtle art of flirting.
Yes.
It is your mouth.
I just wrote down, sir, I thought this was a children's movie. But maybe it's not. I actually looked it up. It's PG-13, which I was like, okay, probably because of all the references to cleavage and you
gotta flaunt it,
Pretty Little Mouse.
Pretty Little Mouse.
The fashion in this era was criminal in the sense of how much it was torturous.
Oh, like with corsets and stuff like that.
Yes, absolutely. Also, I will just say, and I've thought this every time I watch any iteration of Cinderella, I cannot think of a worse hell than a glass shoe.
Yeah.
That is hell on earth. Your mother left you a torture device, okay? Mm-hmm. A glass slipper, and I hope this is just like maybe some sort of old-timey thing that's lost upon us, and it actually means some sort of different material or something. I don't know, okay? But I gotta tell you, there was one New Year's where I had gotten very drunk. And for a week after New Year's, I was like, my pinky toe, I can't feel it. Like, it's numb. Something's happening. I was like, this is very strange. Upon investigation, I realized I had a sliver of glass shoved into it that I had to retrieve and pull out. Got feeling back immediately.
Oh, that's dangerous. I knew a girl in college who like sliced her foot and like it severed the tendon and like she couldn't move her pinky toe, but like can't get into shoes now because like you don't realize you like squish it. You like actually like contract it or something, put it in.
Something.
So like otherwise it's just kind of like going out on its own and like being like kind of pulled open when you pull on socks and stuff. Anyway.
Also, and the only big and again, every time I watch an iteration of Cinderella, I think this. I go, one of the most unbelievable parts of the movie for me, or the story, is that there is no woman on this planet that would only lose one heel.
Oh, no, you're losing both of them.
It's 2 or 0. Those are the numbers, okay? You lose one, you lose the other, because you're like, we're
running.
No one can move this way. No one's limping. Although I would love a movie to do that for me. If somebody redoes Cinderella again, or maybe there is a version of this where they do address that, where the woman's just limp running, that would be so funny to me. I would love somebody to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is 1 or 0. But I do like that this movie doesn't really hang their hat on the slipper.
The slipper's there, but it's like...
Because it needs to be. Because it's like, it's so, ingrained in this story that we need to do it.
It's really just used by Leonardo da Vinci to be like, hey... buck up, man. Go love her. And one thing I do actually really like about this movie is like it didn't seem like the slippers were made of glass.
Yes.
It seemed like they had maybe
they sparkled like glass. They
had
jeweled.
Little jeweled, or like maybe they were glass beads on it, but they weren't made of glass.
Yes. The one I'm thinking, the version I'm thinking of is the Disney version.
Where I wouldn't even want that today with tempered glass and everything like that.
Buddy, my feet sweat. This is
oh God, that would be awful.
Yeah. This would be an emergency.
It would be like that, like when you like rubbing the shower glass. Also, here's one thing, and this is like a totally unrelated thought. I just like if you are ever like think that you're not creative or like your ideas are bad, just go back in time and realize how many things, like when they invented glass, that they just called everything made out of glass.
Oh, that's funny.
Like they were like magnifying glass. Like a telescope used to be like a looking glass.
Right.
A mirror was like or maybe that was the looking glass. Sorry, a telescope was a spy glass. Like glasses, like spectacles are glasses.
Yes.
Like they called everything glass.
It's kind of like what we're doing with gaslighting right now.
Oh yeah, everything's gaslighting.
I even do it. Yeah, everything's. I'm sure we get 10 years down the road, and there's different versions of this.
People just are lying to you.
Yeah. Some of these are just lies.
They're not denying the reality that you live in. It's just like
they're lying.
Yeah.
Which is also something I should say looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Some of these are just lies. It's fine. Not that that's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fashion is off the chain in this movie, though.
It looks pretty good.
Her entrance is so good. All the dresses are great. I love it. I don't know if it's historically accurate. Quite frankly, I don't care. This is a type of movie where I go, I don't need anything to be. Yeah, Da Vinci's here. Sure. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you want to know something?
Tell me.
He was there. No, he was.
Well, not for cinema, but like the time period.
Yeah.
Yes,
so I looked this up and I was like, okay, so there's, so here it is. The book that she's reading, right? Utopia by Thomas More.
Yes, okay.
Published in 1516. Okay. Published in 1516. Leonardo da Vinci died in 1519 in France. He was, I think I wrote this down somewhere. But basically near the end of his life, the king of France, took over some like Italian town or something, or like reestablish things, whatever. And they were like, yeah, come on over to France. And he spent the last few years of his life, like 1516 to 1519 in France. So that is actually incredibly accurate. You can like almost pinpoint the exact year that this would have taken place.
So, that would be the last thing I would.
I know.
Think is
I was looking for like, aha, I'm gonna get him, and I was like, damn.
No.
All right.
At least
book.
close enough.
Close enough. Yeah. The only inaccuracy would be that since the book was published in 1516, and like Da Vinci was like in France from like 1516 to 1519, her father wouldn't have been able to give it to her as a child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're at least we're kind of close.
We're kind of close, but like honestly,
I'll take
give it.
Yeah, take
give it.
Let him have it.
Yeah.
You know.
Or maybe she grew up a lot in that one year.
Yes.
At the start of it, it's 1516.
They were living hard back then.
Yeah, you live hard. She's doing all the farm work. She's
yeah. The man that she buys back is actually just a 16-year-old. He was actually 16.
It's
it was
hard
just,
living. It's hard living. I
living.
survived a couple rounds of plague.
Holy
it's
shit.
the fullest spirit thing. The other thing I will say about the stepmother is again, I think she does so many things that are like maybe a little mean, but again,
I'm sure the lashings being one of them.
The lashings being one of them. But
we'll color that narrative.
Yeah, she
narrative
lashed me.
spice.
She hit me so hard. I would be mad if my stepdaughter didn't tell me that the crown prince had come and stolen one of our horses.
Yeah.
That's not something you thought I should know. If
Although, to be fair to that, I'm like, yeah, she'd probably make them pay for it.
Yeah. Oh, the servants, you mean? Yeah, that's a
probably
bit of a
make them pay
thing.
for it, or at least like she was mad because she wanted to use it as another leverage, where she goes, "Oh, we can go." Because she's stalking the prince at this point. She goes, I need to know where he's at.
As she should be. This is their only way out.
Yeah.
She has no formal education. She has, I think she's barely allowed to own this property as a woman in this time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
These are
like,
the societal parameters that have been given to her.
Like, I think it's probably a massive loophole that she is in charge of this manor or this estate.
Yeah.
Simply because there were no men in the family. You know? So it's not like she could go sell it and downsize or whatever.
Right.
She's doing everything she can to keep this family afloat. Let's just put it that way.
She really is.
She's selling stuff they don't need. She's investing in stuff they do. And if the Prime Minister of Canada came and stole my car and my wife didn't tell me about it, I would be mad at her. Oh, you didn't think that was something you should mention? That one of the most expensive things I own was stolen by our head of state?
Yeah.
You don't think that's something we could maybe parlay into?
That's so funny. Mark Carney just bumping all the things he said. Just on the way out.
I need to borrow it.
Yeah, sorry.
I'd be like, all right, Mark Carney.
Just gives you a thumbs up on the way out.
Throws me a bag of coins as we
The
go.
economy needs it.
You know what? If a 2013 Hyundai Elantra is going to help Canada out in some way, come and get it.
Buddy, she's holding up.
She's holding up.
The car's holding up. Okay?
It's holding up. She's buried under like 60 centimeters of snow right now. I had to take transit here because I just got back from Cancun, and there is not enough time in the world for me to dig that thing out. This is why you should send them to Louisiana, not to Montreal.
not to fucking this place. This place is inhabitable. Okay, it's fucked up here. Do you have anything else you wanna?
I mean, I think she says, "You remind me so much of your father." Very masculine. That's taken as an insult, but I think we all have agreed she's very farm strong.
Yeah.
You know, that's not a. If I said you got farm strength, Rebecca, that's a compliment.
I love that.
That's a compliment.
I love it.
I think the older sister doing a really good job of flirting with the prince.
Yep. She was in there.
She's in there. She gets fed chocolate. A fucking delicacy. A fucking delicate in 1516.
That is a very funny scene.
And she goes,
she just opens her mouth.
and goes, "It's so sinfully delicious. I was like, I'm sorry, this girl knows what she knows her part and she's playing it real well.
Yeah.
You know? She has the tools at her disposal. She is using them.
I will say, if I got that Bachelorette invite, I'd be like, I'm busy.
Bachelor, what do you...
Like, if she was having a Bachelorette party, I'd be like...
Oh.
Because she's one of those bitches that's like, we're going to Miami for 7 days, and it's like, nobody else can afford this. No one can afford this. Please stop.
Also, that's Spanish territory right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get your vibe though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about her.
Yeah,
her younger sister is there, Melanie Linsky's there, but like not being respect. She's maid of honor, but barely.
Yeah. Barely.
Because her mother's mad if she didn't, you know.
No, I think her mother. I think Rod Milla would make herself the maid of honor.
100%.
She'd be like, I'm everything.
The mother comes on the Bachelorette trip, and it's just like, this is weird.
This is a weird vibe.
And you want to go to the strippers with this?
Oh yeah. Why is your mom using her teeth on a thong right now? Please. Please, some decorum.
You're right. This is a Miss Bachelorette party.
Oh, that's a hard pass. I have a funeral that weekend.
Yeah.
But it's 7 months from now. I have a funeral that weekend.
I will make sure someone I know is dead.
Oh, I'll kill a motherfucker before I'm going to that.
That is a great way to rank people.
Yeah, just...
And whether you call in sick to their bachelorette party.
Yeah. There's just, and honestly, I don't know why I'm on this tangent now, but there are some people that I love that I would just have to look at them and be like, it's too much, please.
No.
Simplify out there, ladies. And I've been in, I think why I'm off on this right now is because I was in a few comment sections. I'm a lurker. Okay, I very rarely comment on anything. If I've commented on something of yours, just know that took a lot. Okay, I'm not really out here doing that. But I was watching a video, this woman explaining how she had to say no because she couldn't afford it. And the whole comment section was like, well, you don't love your friend enough and da-da-da-da. And I was like, who are these people? Who is this? It's like, don't say yes to be in the party if you can't afford 10 grand. And I was like, holy shit, dude. We are asking too much of people. You're blowing it out. You're blowing it way out of proportion. This is wild. Anyway, I just think as a society, we could scale it back a little bit. In this economy, please.
Yeah, 100%.
Good Lord. Especially, I gotta say, if it's your second.
Oh, if it's your second, you get nothing.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I think you can get a little something.
We're scaling back.
We
Definitely not a destination.
Or it's got to be a cottage or something.
Yeah.
We're going an hour and a half outside of the city, and we're getting tanked.
We got an Airbnb. That's $5.
Sure. Oh my God. Do you ever see the ones where they're like, oh, we're doing a Bible study weekend for the Bachelorette? I cannot tell you, and power to you. You know, if that's your thing, like respect on that. That sounds like the center of hell to me.
I got in an Uber last night and he played a Christian rock station for the entire 35-minute drive, and I was going batshit by the end of it. I was like, an entire weekend of that, I think I would walk into the woods.
Can I tell you? And please, I'm sorry, but if you got in my car and I just looked at you on site, I might go, he'd love this.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Something about the look. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the hair or the glasses or what it is.
I got prayer leader energy.
Yeah, a little. There's something there. I'm sorry.
I'm just a sweet little innocent boy.
Yeah.
Let's gather around on the carpet, everyone. Let's sing about Jesus.
Oh no. Anyway, okay. Anything else?
That's it. I think we're sufficiently off the rails.
Yeah, we are absolutely. It's our first one back.
Yeah.
Since Craig's honeymoon. So we've been on a bit of a break because we pre-recorded some episodes. We're really on one today. So it is time to rank that villain. I am obviously ranking Rodmilla. Of course, she's the number one. So I've got the chore scale.
Oh, great.
So from doing the dishes, dishes, which honestly I generally do not mind at all. I've never had a dishwasher. Don't mind doing the dishes. All the way up to what I think is the most sinister of chores, which is the 6 a.m. garbages.
Oh.
How dare you
Oh, you
put a
can't put 'em-
time on me?
You can't put them on the night before?
Oh no, I'm fine where I live right now, but I've been in places where it's like you have to bring them out at a certain hour, and it's just a fucking nightmare. I am so glad I live above a business right now. It's awesome. I am going to give Rod Miller. I'm going to give her a scrub in the boys' bathroom. Okay,
Oh.
if this is as advertised, you're pretty bad. You're pretty bad. If this is a narrative thing, I might ease off it, but yeah, you're pretty bad and probably one of the worst chores on the planet.
Yeah, I love that.
Clean it up, piss. Anyway, here we go.
Yeah. So I'm also doing Rod Miller. So from an evil stepmother to a smilf.
Never thought I'd hear you say that.
You guys can figure out smilf.
I'm sure they can.
I'm going to give Rod Miller just a single mom.
Okay.
She's doing the best she can with the limited resources available to her, you know?
Nice. And team, before we get to our heroes and villains of the week, as always, there's a couple ways you can help out the podcast. If you would like to follow us, you can follow us at VWR Podcast, TikTok, Instagram. Villain Was Right on Facebook. This was a suggestion. Okay. Again, if you want to hit us up with suggestions, you can DM us or email us directly at villainwasright@gmail.com. And thank you so much to everyone who has been reaching out. We've been putting all of these in a spreadsheet. Don't worry, they're all going to a place. And I'm very excited about all the new suggestions we've been receiving because they are really good. And I'm excited for the upcoming episodes. And if you got a couple bucks.
Yeah, you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/thevillainwasright, where you get amazing rewards for supporting the podcast. Like our top tier, $7 a month gets you 2 bonus episodes every month. Rebecca picks one, I pick one. And we're switching it up a little bit for the new year. Seeing if I can, this month I picked Wicked to really fuck with Rebecca a little bit in payback, because she hates, and she's probably going to pick one of the worst movies ever, because that's what she does. We sort of have decided we're going to torture each other. So if that sounds like something you're into, you can head on over to patreon.com/thevillainwasright. We also have audience choice tiers and early releases of new episodes ad-free. So once again, patreon.com/thevillainwasright. And thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks to everyone who supports us on Patreon. And now it is time for our heroes and villains of the week. What do you got, Rebecca?
Oh, buddy, you know I'm talking about Mother Nature right now.
Oh.
She is my villain of the week. Now, mind you, I think we're like a week and a half past it, or 2 weeks past. I can't even remember when it happened. It feels like a week ago, maybe. We got the biggest fucking snowstorm. It was so crazy. No, 2 weeks ago. So crazy. And I have never had a snowfall like this, or I probably have, but once. I opened the door, my back door, my door half full. Okay, like it went all the way up my door. I couldn't believe it. And I have, so my downstairs, I again, like I said, I live above a business. And not that this is their fault or their problem. I was just kind of like, fuck, eh? I guess I'm going to do this. So we have very limited space between our door and the sidewalk. Like it's right there. It's like 2 feet of shoveling.
Sure.
They shoveled themselves out and right beside our door, because that's where they keep their key to get in and out of the business, and just left us fucked. And I forgot. And it's not their fault. It's really not their problem to deal with it, to be fair. But I was like, oh, guys, we could have hit a little shovel here. You know what I mean? Like, to go, it almost seemed like it was personal that you missed our doorstep a little bit, because we don't have any stairs or anything. So I opened up the door, just so surprised to be like, oh, fuck, right. And I don't own a shovel.
Because you live in an apartment.
Because I live in an apartment building above a business. Like, at no point did it occur to me, like, my doorstep hit sidewalk. Like, it didn't occur to me that I had to do anything, right? So I had to take, I swear to God, I must have looked so ridiculous. I had to take a fucking bucket, dude. I took a bucket and shoveled myself out because I was like, I don't have the tools to do this. I don't own anything that will be able to clear this out properly. So I was just out there with a mop bucket, fucking cleaning out my spot.
Yeah.
And yeah, just that. And it's just been dick quivering cold. It has just been a nightmare. Toronto doesn't really remove the snow, so they've just been kind of moving it everywhere. I've been walking past places that I'm like, this snowbank's taller than me. It's crazy what's happening here. I just feel so bad for if you're elderly or disabled at all. Like, I just think it's fucked out there for you, and it's just crazy. Anyway, so I guess partly the city of Toronto as well is a bit of my villain. Let's kick it over to Craig, because I'm sure you just got a dandy this week.
I will say, so I did just get back from my honeymoon from Cancun, where like it was not that cold.
Oh yeah,
it was still a little cold because like I think the whole East Coast got it. But I will say, small little hero here, which is speaking of the snowstorm, which is Rebecca, who showed up to our place while we were gone and shoveled our front steps.
Somebody needed to, buddy.
Somebody needed
your mailman had yeeted your package to your door. I was like, I actually need to do this for safety reasons.
So thank you very much for that.
No problem. My pleasure.
But, we were not
because you own a shovel.
Yes. Yeah, you can borrow it anytime.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I just got back from my honeymoon, 2 weeks in Cancun. It was very nice. It was wonderful and had a really good time. But basically, this happened. This was like a couple days in to our honeymoon. You know what I mean? And we sort of spent the afternoon in the room doing like honeymoon type things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we've got like, they had like a do not disturb light instead of a thing. Like, it was a very fancy resort, right?
Cool.
So we've got
you got a ball out on your honeymoon.
Yeah. We had the swim up pool, everything. It was very nice. So we've been there a couple days, and all of a sudden the phone rings beside the bed, and we're just like chilling out in bed or whatever. And Kat answers it and goes, hello. And they go, yes, this is the manager. We need to speak with you.
Oh.
But your do not disturb light is on. Can we come and talk to you? And she's like, yes, okay.
Okay.
And like, we're just chilling in bed. Like, we're
very ominous.
fully dressed or whatever. And they like are immediately there. And it's this woman, the manager, and then this like big guy, oh, you're here for backup. Like,
dude.
Yeah. And they're like, so they come to the door and they go, we need to talk to you about the smell. And we're like, no, we've only been here a couple days. No. And then we catch this, like, out in the hallway, we catch this, like, this whiff of marijuana, this whiff of weed. And they're like, we're like, oh, yeah. They're like, it smells like marijuana. We're like, oh, thank God.
That's not us.
That's not us. And Kat's immediately like, you can come in and check if you want. You can come in and check. And you can just see them, like, speaking Spanish, obviously. But, like, I don't speak Spanish, but you could just tell the conversation of, like, the big guy being like, do we want to go in and check? And just the manager being like, no.
No.
We don't want to go in. And it's he's like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. It's not that.
Well, because also once you open the door, you can, I'm sure they could tell almost immediately that it can't be them. It smells so much more in the hallway.
Exactly. And it's just like as soon as they said the smell, we were like, oh no, what did we do? Was it that? Like, you can come on in, but it's going to smell like honeymoon in here. Yep. Anyway, that was like the second day of our vacation. And
that's so funny.
We're here to talk to you about the smell. Oh no.
Oh my God. That's great. Great tale.
Thank you.
Great tale. And I just love, because if that was me, I'd be like, oh my God, did I forget that I smoked weed? I'd have like this panicked moment of like, did I? Wait, no.
Yeah. Well, and as Kat said after we closed the door, it's like, have they never heard of edibles? Like, what are you doing?
Well, yeah.
What are you
also,
doing
like,
smoking in a resort where like they don't allow that,
Well,
Anyways.
yeah, I just have a thing where I the second I'm international, I follow the rules. I don't want to fuck with anything in another country. It doesn't matter where I am. Doesn't matter if I'm in England. Doesn't matter if I'm in Mexico. I'm like, I follow the fucking rules. Okay, I don't want to be in the news, dude.
No.
don't want to be in the news. Anyway, great story.
Thank you.
And team, as always, you can follow me at Rebecca Reeds on any platform of your choosing.
You can follow me at Craig Fay Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and craigfay.com for show dates.
Yes. Oh, also, I will be in, if you're listening to this on Thursday, I'm in Ottawa this whole weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if you want to come watch a show, if you don't know what to do on Valentine's Day, come see me if you're in Ottawa. And that does it for us. Next week, we are doing audience choice, and the audience has chosen correctly. I am I'm a lot more pumped than Craig, admittedly. We are covering Twilight, New Moon, Chef's Kiss. So excited! I'm so excited. And this is The Villain Was Right, reminding you that your mouth can hypnotize.
The Villain Was Right was produced by Andrew Ivimey for the From Superheroes Network. For more great podcasts like this, as well as YouTube series, webcomics, and so much more, visit FromSuperheroes.com.